guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Kirsten and we are of course doing another weekly vlog, and this week I'm starting off with reading 3 books. So if you've been watching my previous weekly vlogs, you'd know that I am currently in the middle of reading A Deadly Education. This is for a book club with Bookstagram that I'm part of, and we are reading 100 pages of Deadly Education a week. So far I'm enjoying it. It's an interesting story about this girl called Galadriel, and she is a wizard and she is going to a wizard school, but this school is not taught by any teachers. It was made by a wizard to keep these children here and protect them for as long as they can, because there are creatures called Maleficents that are basically evil monsters and all they want to do is eat up wizards. As a result, if children are left to grow up on their own outside of this school, there is a high chance that the majority of them will die, whereas within this school, even though it's hard and people do die on a regular basis, they have a much higher chance of surviving than if they weren't at the school. So it is interesting. The school is a bit confusing because it's basically on the premise that it only works because the children believe in it. It's all done by magic, so there are certain things that just don't work. And we are following Galadriel as she is basically constantly shunned by the rest of the people. They don't understand her power. They just think that she is this really grumpy person, but she does it on purpose to keep everyone at arm's length away from her, until of course Orion dares to save her life. It's really interesting. I really enjoy the dynamics between everyone. I like the magic system. It is a fun YA read. That's about all I have to say to it. It's not got any like deeper story to it or things like that, apart from just don't judge people, which I think is a good basis for any story. But yeah, other than that, it is just a story about friendships, building friendships and dealing with monsters on a daily basis. So it is a fun one. I do need to read another 100 pages, although what's been happening is it's been getting to the Sunday of each week and then I'm realising I still haven't read what I needed to read for the week, and so I'm just cramming it all in one evening. So we're going to try and see if that doesn't happen this week. I said that last week, but there we go. I'm also listening to The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I started this at the end of last week and I'm really enjoying it. It's such a lovely story. I picked it up because so many people have said how lovely it is and what an amazing story it is. And honestly, it's so true. If you need a heartwarming story, this is the one. It is a delightful story. We are following this character called Linus. Now, Linus is a care worker. He goes to different orphanages that house magical children and goes there to make sure that they're being treated correctly, that they've got a nice, safe place to stay. And if necessary, he closes them down. Well, he is doing very well at his job, and so he gets sent to this particular orphanage, which is class 4, which is the highest level you can get, and he meets some unusual characters while he's there. And again, it talks about prejudice, it talks about not labeling children and how every child should be given that chance to flourish, and it's just a really lovely story. It makes me laugh out loud in places. It has a really good theme throughout it, and yes, it is a younger middle grade book, but I think all ages could read it and still enjoy this one. It is absolutely lovely. And then finally, I'm also reading Skyward by Sanderson. This is a book that honestly I've been putting off for a long time, and even starting this, I really dragged my feet about it. So I've only read the first 30 pages, but actually this is already better than what I thought it was going to be. So it's a YA story by Sanderson. Honestly, a lot of people say it is YA. I do think it's on the young end of YA from what I've been reading so far, but it is an interesting one. We have our main character Spencer, and she, ever since she's been a little child, all she wants to do is become a pilot like her father, until something happens in the prologue and that changes everything. It doesn't change her want to become a pilot, but it does make it pretty much impossible for her to become one. Honestly, I can't talk too much about it because honestly I'm only in the first 30 pages, but already the writing style is what I expect of Sanderson. I am really enjoying it. I was a bit hesitant because I thought his books outside the Cosmere I don't tend to enjoy as much, and it is sci-fi. So I'm not normally a massive fan of sci-fi either, but actually I am really enjoying this. It's got the usual writing style I have come to expect from Brandon Sanderson, and honestly the sci-fi setting is really intriguing. We're on this world where there is basically like trash circling the orbit of it, and there are these alien creatures called Krell that are constantly trying to wipe humanity off this planet. So honestly, it's an interesting one. Slightly more of a chunkier book compared to all the others that I've been reading this month, but I am actually enjoying it more than what I thought. I did kind of have to force myself just to start it and just be like, you know, come on, we've got to try this. And so many people said I would enjoy it, and you're right, because I am so far. And yeah, I don't know why I worried so much about it, because I do like Brandon Sanderson. I have a whole author shelf dedicated to him. So yeah, pleased that I finally started this one as well. So that's what we're up to so far this week. And yeah, that's about it really. After I finish Skyward, I've literally got 3 books left on my TBR for the month, which, considering that I have a week and a bit to go, we are doing pretty well in terms of my TBR. I think this is going to be a good start to the year with being able to finish off so many books. Admittedly, most of them are small books or audiobooks, but that's not the point. Anyway, I'm doing my usual thing of rambling, so I'm gonna go to work and I will catch up with you soon. Hopefully I would have read a wee bit more of Skyward and potentially finished House of Cerulean, because I don't have much longer left on that audiobook, and then after that I just don't know what audiobook I'm gonna read. Honestly, we'll see. Anyway, yes, stop rambling, gotta go. Good morning. So, are we surprised if I say I haven't read any more of Deadly Education? Because I really haven't. And no, I guess we're not surprised at all, because it has become my thing to do on a Sunday evening, just to cram in that 100 pages. I will say I'm honestly struggling with reading this only 100 pages a week, because for me it just makes the story feel so disconnected. So like, I enjoy the parts that I read, but then because I'm putting it down and just not carrying on with it, I'm then not as inclined to pick it back up again, which I can't tell if it's because I'm not as engaged in the story, or if it's because I am on this only read 100 pages per week kind of thing. And honestly, only reading like 20 or so pages a night just makes it feel like it's not that engaging. Like, I can't get into the story, because by the time I start getting into the story I've got to put it down. So yeah, honestly, book clubs, maybe not the best way for me to go about things. I think I enjoy it, but I think it would be easier if I just sat down, read the whole book, and then just waited for other people and their thoughts and opinions on it. And maybe at the 100-page mark I can just write down what I find and what my thoughts are at that point, so I can discuss it as they go, rather than actually reading it only 100 pages at a time. So I think for the next book club read that we have, I will do it that way round and just make notes every 100 pages, because yeah, I'm just not enjoying it and I don't want to give this a lower star rating because of that. So I'm thinking I may just binge read the last 200 pages either tonight or tomorrow night. I also haven't listened to any more of The House in the Cerulean Sea, although this one is one I keep putting off simply because I'm enjoying it so much and I don't want it to end. Also, because I'm using Scribd, for some reason, like, I have never used it before. I've only been using it the last couple months, and I find that if I've read a certain amount of books, that the rest of the books that I had saved that I wanted to listen to are then unavailable until I've paid my subscription fee again, which I don't really understand why. Is it just their way of getting more of their money's worth? Or so, I mean, either way I don't mind. Like, it's only like £10 a month, and I always find an audiobook to read. Like, they don't stop you from listening to any audiobooks, it's just the ones that you've saved may not still be there, and I just can't tell if it's because someone else is listening to it, which would be highly unlikely, or whether it's more of the case of you've read a lot, slow down. I'm not sure. But I know that when I finish House in Cerulean Sea, the next book that I wanted to listen to isn't available on audiobook at the moment, which will probably come about once I've paid for the subscription fee again in a couple weeks time. So it's another reason why I've been dragging my feet. One, because I'm really enjoying this book and I don't want it to end, because it is such a cute feel-good read, but also because I really don't know what to listen to afterwards. But I think I just need to get over that, just read it, and then I always manage to find something to listen to, because I really do like it on the way to work and on the way back home, just to be able to listen to it while I'm walking. It's really nice, really enjoyable. Now, what I have actually read It's Skyward, and I've read a lot of it. Last time I spoke, we were on page like 30, and now 289. I'm really enjoying this. Honestly, it's so good. I don't actually have that much left to go, so I'll definitely be getting this finished up. Honestly, it's probably going to be a toss-up tonight as to which one I finish up. Hopefully this one, but I think this might take me 2 sit-ins. But yeah, anyway, Skyward, it's really good. Honestly, I'm loving it so much. I love our main character, Spin. She's just got this great gumption about her, and she's so extra and over the top, and I just love it. You can't help but adore her. I also did not expect to have weird emotional feelings towards a spaceship, but there we have it. I do. It's really fun. I love Ember. I love how he's so obsessed over mushrooms. Like, I must catalogue all the mushrooms on this planet. It's like, okay then, love. It's just so much fun. I also love Doomslug. Doomslug is a hilarious character. She doesn't even talk, she doesn't even do anything, but I just love the fact that Spin's like, you are Doomslug. And I'm like, that's your little mascot now, I like that. So yeah, it's just a fun book to read. I mean, I don't know why I was so nervous about it, but it is a brilliant book. I can't wait to carry on with this. And yeah, I highly recommend it. If you do like Brandon Sanderson's work, give this one a try. Also, if you haven't read any of Brandon Sanderson's work, still give this one a try. It's a really fun sci-fi. Like, I don't normally read sci-fi at all, but I'm wondering whether maybe it's a genre I should start reading more of, because I really am enjoying this. I like the world building that's in this. I really like the interaction between the characters. It's just a lot of fun. So yeah, give this one a try. I'm enjoying it so much more than what I thought. Honestly, it's probably going to be a very high 4 stars to 5-star read, because it is so enjoyable, and like I said, you just can't help but love Spin as a main character, and it's so intriguing with what's going on as well. So this is written for a younger audience, but you can still see some of the intrigue that's happening. Like, is everything that's happening within the DDF really the way it should be? Like, there's a lot of intrigue going on. Like, is there something more sinister at play? Like, what is actually happening here? And there are some light political discussions. It's not too much, because this is a younger read, but it's enough that as someone older reading this, I can pick up on it and notice it and really appreciate that. So I think it's a really well crafted book that even if you are an older reader like myself, you can still enjoy this book. So yeah, really good, really enjoying it, and maybe a new genre that I didn't think I would like. And that's it. Really, I haven't done too much. Yesterday was a bit of a washout of a day because I just had this head cold. I felt like crap, but I feel so much better now. And yeah, I have work today, but it's going to be quite a chilled day, honestly. So that's it, really. Nothing much has happened apart from the fact that I haven't read the majority of the books that I'm meant to be reading, but yeah, that's it. I hope your week's going well so far, and yeah, probably see you in a couple days. Okay, so as that little clip showed, I've just been doing some little doodles. I'm thinking about doing like a witchy vibe for my March bullet journal setup. So I was just testing out some doodles and stuff. Some turned out okay, some not so much. But important news, reading news, I have finished 3 books since we last spoke. I am so impressed, honestly. No, one of them is not A Deadly Education, but I have not read any more of this, and I doubt we are surprised by that news at all, because that's what's been happening every week. But I have finished The House in the Cerulean Sea, and oh my gosh, it was beautiful and lovely, and I'm so sad it's over. It was such an amazing story, and Linus is honestly such a underrated hero. Like, he was so amazing. I love the way he grows and changes as a person, and yeah, brilliant story. Even though it is for technically children, I do think all age ranges could enjoy this book and appreciate it, because it is beautiful and amazing, and I highly recommend it. And I doubt we're surprised that it came out as 5 stars, because it was just perfection. I loved it so much. Then to continue on with that sort of vibe, because I wasn't quite ready to give up that young feel-good read, I actually picked up A Cat Story by Ursula Husted, and I really enjoyed this. It was exactly what I thought it'd be, a cute feel-good read. We are following these 2 cats, and they are friends, and they're trying to find a forever home, and it's so adorable and lovely what they learn along the way, the cats that they meet. It's beautiful. I really liked the art style in this as well. It actually changes across it, so you will have the usual artworks across these pages, but then you'll also have changes in the artwork style to things like this as well. And it is actually explained at the end of this what each art style is supposed to represent, and what Ursula was trying to tell by using that different art style. So that was super interesting. This was such a quick read. Honestly, it probably took me about 30 minutes tops, but it was so lovely, and it definitely fulfilled that feel good vibe that I was wanting, and I really enjoyed it. This one was only 4 stars in the end, but it's one that, again, if you're looking for a feel-good read and you just want something that is cute and adorable and you like cats, give this one a try. It was just a lovely read. I had such a good day yesterday where I finished House in the Cerulean Sea and also Cat Story. It was just such an amazing feel-good day. It was beautiful. And then I also finished Skyward, and this was so good. Honestly, this was another 5-star read. It's been an amazing week to have 2 5-star reads and a 4-star read. I think I've done really well. But yeah, this was perfect. I loved the ending of this. You're on the edge of your seat the whole time, because you've got this massive fight that's going on, and there are moments where you're just laughing out loud as well, and it's really good. I can't believe I put it off. I cannot wait to get the second book and carry on with this, because it was brilliant. I loved it, and I do think that YA sci-fi may be a new genre that I could get behind. So I'm definitely going to be picking up Illuminate, which honestly so many people have recommended, especially Bobbie from Bobbie's Dusty Pages. She's really recommended it, and I've always been a bit on the fence about it because it is sci-fi, and I didn't think that I liked that. But after reading this and enjoying it the amount that I have, I definitely think I need to give that a try, as well as Aurora Burning, or is it Aurora Rising? I know those are the 2 books, but I don't know which way around they go. But I definitely want to give those a try now, because I do think YA sci-fi, who knew? Honestly, who knew it was this good? It was so much fun. It was so well done. And yes, that could just be Brandon Sanderson's writing, because he is an amazing author, but I actually just loved the concept of everything, and it was just a really good time. So I cannot believe I've had this for so long. I dragged my feet about picking it up, and yeah, the worry that it was sci-fi was just not founded, because I really enjoyed this. So that's everything that I've been reading. I do still need to read A Deadly Education, which I might do across the weekend. We'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm just happy with this week. I have had such good feel-good reads, and Skyward, which honestly, I can't say it's fully feel good, but there are so many funny moments throughout it where you are just so happy with the events that are going on, but it is set obviously in this war background, so it's just honestly brilliant reading week. I am super happy and I'm rambling as always. So yeah, we all know what I'm going to say next, right? Yeah, I've got to go to work. Okay, so I am literally here just to wrap up this vlog because I did not read anything over the weekend. Honestly, I just had a really relaxing time. As you saw, it did snow on Sunday and we just enjoyed it, taking the dog out and just having a nice little wander in the morning. To be fair, pretty much all the snow had gone by the afternoon, but we just relaxed. Really didn't do anything, and like I said, I didn't pick up a book at all. But sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need a reading break and to just chill, and if you're not feeling it, don't force it. But yeah, that is it. I still think this week has been an amazing reader week, finishing off those 3 books. It was just so good. Do let me know if you've discovered any new favourites this month. What books are you really enjoying? I'm always on the lookout for some good books. And yeah, I hope you've had a lovely week. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it that thumbs up and subscribe. My social media links to my Instagram and Goodreads will be linked below, and I will of course see you in the next one.